The shot is Carolina. Hey, hey, what do you say?
Talkin Sauce, episode 87.
Milestone episode.
I mean,
Big
yeah,
number.
because of the number we have to go over.
It's true. It is
So
going to
look
be
at
pretty
you.
sick,
We're going to
dude.
try to do a thing where it wasn't a milestone, but look at you.
I
It's a big
kind of
deal.
look foolish a little bit, dude.
Foolish.
Foolish.
I don't even need to look at the schedule. There was MMA fights last
There is
night.
a UFC fight. You know it. UFC 254. Yeah, Khabib Gaethje. But for the co-main event was Robert Whittaker versus Jared Cannonier. And Cannonier was who Adesanya called out when he defended his title last. Said, you go dominate Robert Whittaker. You're the next one up. And then Robert Whittaker kind of beat the shit out of him for the whole fight, low-key. So it's going to be interesting to see if Whittaker is going to get to fight Adesanya to get his title back, because that's who Adesanya took the title from originally, by knocking him out. And then the big fight that everyone was looking forward to on the card, Khabib Gaethje. Again, Khabib, does what Khabib does and just beat the shit out of the guy for a round and then choked him out in the second. And everyone was thinking, Gaethje, strong wrestler, college pedigree, obviously not as good as Khabib, but is he going to be able to keep it standing? And he's probably the better or the more devastating striker. And Khabib, just walked him up and down, back and forth, side to side, and just kept punching and kicking him, took him down, threw the triangle on him, and then retired at the end of the fight.
I was going to say, didn't he retire after?
Yep.
So Connor's not going to get another chance.
Well, at least not at Khabib, yeah.
Right.
So he came out and said, he talked to his dad who recently passed. I think I want to say it was the end of last year, or maybe it was. It doesn't matter. Anyway, dad passed, and then he talked to him.
Figure out when that dad died immediately.
Yeah. Get on that. But I guess he said he talked to his mom and his dad and promised them that this was going to be his last fight no matter what. And he seems like the kind of guy who's, man of his word type of shit. So it's probably the last we're ever going to see of him. Now it's just, is he the greatest ever? Yeah.
One of the greats.
July 3rd. This year.
Preach.
All right, there we go. Rest in peace for sure.
Rest in peace, man.
And then new music too.
Yep.
Dylan, I finally got him to start listening to a full clipping album. Pretty sick to see.
It was pretty. I got through the first 2 tracks on the way here.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. He's got the who did he play in David Diggs? Who was he?
He played Thomas Jefferson and Lafayette.
In Hamilton, right? Yeah. So super talented guy. One of my favorite paint a picture type of artists. So
Got you.
definitely check that out.
Very interesting sound too.
Yeah.
His voice.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys see? Did you guys see the Reason interview where he was talking about how TD's in a weird place, and then he did another interview not long after where he retracted the whole. He's like, when I said a weird place, man, I was talking about everybody. I was yeah, I said I was the glue of the label at the time, but I wasn't talking about the label when I said I was the glue of the label. He straight up had to come back on some top told me to correct my shit.
I got a call
quick.
immediately.
But
after
the best
this came
part,
out.
at the beginning of that first interview, he had said look, I'm usually the one to not be scared to kind of say the truth, only because I come at this shit from a fan perspective. That was all paraphrasing what he had said. But then he went on to say some shit that he had to go back and correct. So
Tom
it was also perfect.
you
Tom
won't
was
be a
nah,
fan
dude.
much longer, motherfucker. You're gonna be a regular ass fan. Let me. Oh, that shit's funny, dude.
So
Have y'all gotten to listen to that the Benny album that it dropped?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that Wayne verse on it, man, was dope, dude. Just classic Wayne.
Yeah, classic.
I loved it. And then the new Borat.
Speaking of a classic, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if I'm going to. I'm not in a rush to. But yeah, did you watch it?
I did. I was kind of in the same boat as you. I watched the first one, obviously thought it was funny, but it was another one of those I feel gets so much hype. People are oh, it's one
well, it was marketed heavy.
It was marketed heavy, but same how
Amazon
people say
exclusive.
Step Brothers is the funniest movie ever. And it's no, it's a funny movie, but
Step Brothers is one of the best.
I don't it's good, but I'm just I don't love it that much, dude. But anyway, it's great or whatever, but I don't have the same attachment to it.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I did end up just watching it. It was pretty funny though. I'm not gonna like I get maybe I had low expectations too, which is why I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good the whole time. But I don't know, because it was the coolest part is seeing some of the stuff you saw in the news over like the past year or so, and people and then seeing like how it gets put into the film and shit. Just seeing like the I don't know, like
Borat was low key in the background of a lot of shit.
yeah, for real, and and they kind of touched on it in the film when the first one came out. Cell phones weren't even as prevalent, you know what I mean? So like just him going around doing this stuff, everyone knows who Borat is. Everyone instantly recognizes him. There's some like they throw some footage in the film where it's just like he's like, how am I gonna do this? And goes to fucking New York or whatever and just walks around the street and everyone's like, dude, it's you, like literally chasing him down, like, yo, just let me get a picture, dude. I'll pay you for an autograph, dude. And he's just trying to get
Added
away.
character?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
dude. No, and so it was good. Like it's worth checking out, I guess. But
Why are the gypsies chasing me? Do not shrink me, gypsy.
yeah, it's definitely worth checking out, I would say.
Word.
If you-
Classic.
And
Classic.
it's only like an hour and a half too, so it's not,
Oh,
doesn't
that's
overstay its
huge.
welcome.
That's huge. Yeah, shouts out Sasha Conan Baron doing his thing.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Baron Cohen. I mean, you got 3 names. Like
It's true.
You're asking a lot of me.
Yeah, just go by Sasha, you know what I'm saying?
He probably does.
Probably does to the people who know him. People who are actually friends with him.
Yeah. We'll work. All right. This is a big one.
a big one.
Episode 87. With it being episode 87, we got a shout out a player who wears the number 87.
Can't think of anyone, dude.
I can't think of nobody.
No
It's
one
really
comes
not
to
even
mind.
that good of a number.
Let's just skip it this episode, dude.
Sure. Done. Easy. Hurricanes. Nah.
Yeah.
Sidney Crosby, Sid the Kid. Slap me silly Sidney.
Is it,
That was a thing.
that was a thing?
That was a thing.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Why? Did he slap somebody?
No. He did like a nasty play in the media, the play-by-play guy.
Oh.
Said slap me silly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you never heard that one?
I really hadn't.
Oh, it's a
I thought it
great
was like a
one.
weird fan interaction.
No, it's a
like
classic. Excuse me. It's a classic call line.
Like how people want Action Bronson to body slam him. They want Sidney Crosby to
Bless you
slap
guys.
him.
You're all gonna get sick.
Bless you.
Sidney Crosby, okay, drafted first overall by Pittsburgh in 2005. At the time, I mean, everyone knew who this kid was. He was going to go number 1. At the time, Pittsburgh was like in a horrible spot. They were talking about, I think, like moving the team. They were broke
Yeah.
as shit. Mario Lemieux was still playing, so this kid got to play with Mario Lemieux. And coming into the league, he was being talked about as the next one. He was going to be the next Gretzky. He was already he was with I forget, I think Rizmuski or whatever, the fucking Quebec major team. That's who he was playing with before that. Always having exceptional status, playing in leagues above his age group. You hear like the classic story of him in his parents' basement shooting pucks into the washer and dryer.
Yeah.
Just hundreds of dents into it. That's how he, fucking honed in on his skills.
And his legs developed before the rest of his body. His legs are 26 years old at 15. You know what
The
I'm
kid
saying?
is an absolute creature.
Yeah.
They call him the creature. He's got a huge ass and ginormous thighs like an anaconda.
They just had to cut the bottom of the legs off his dad's pants. It was the only thing that fit him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Kid's a freak of nature, dude. It's those Cole Harbor, Nova Scotia kids, man. Fucking weird. So he comes into the league, absolutely savior of the franchise and the sport at the time. You know what I mean? Becomes a major face of the league.
Absolutely.
By 07, he becomes the captain of the team, youngest captain in NHL history at 19 years old. Leads the team to a Stanley Cup final that year against Detroit. Ends up losing. They end up beating him the next year, but nonetheless, I mean, that's outstanding in and of itself, right?
Kind of unbelievable.
Really,
I can't imagine the stress of being 19, fucking captaining an NHL team, all that pressure on your back, dude. Like, at 19, I was struggling to get like my essays turned in on time, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like my freshman class essays and shit.
I mean, and he's always seemingly been a player to handle that pressure with no problem.
Yeah.
With no problem at all.
He probably doesn't sleep at all, but he definitely, like when he's out, when he's facing
He's
the public.
got something weird. He probably like tortures stuffed animals. He's got to get that. He's got to get that stress out somehow. Let's see here. Let's jump ahead. And so speaking to all that shit, being kind of a weirdo, right? Wearing number 87, born 1987, signed for $8.7 million. It's pretty superstitious.
Yeah.
Wears the same jock that he wore since he was like 15 years old.
Which, I mean,
that's
it's
just
nasty.
That's really
yeah.
just disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed by your superstition feet and
Yeah,
you being a
no.
good player because of that. Like, you're just gross.
Yeah,
Like,
no, you make $8.7 million. Let's go buy a couple more jock straps. You know what I'm
Super weird.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
let's go have one good game in a jock strap. It'll be your new jock strap. Like, no one wants to sit next to you in the lockers.
I
dude.
know. I think some of them have retired recently, but the equipment managers for Pittsburgh, like the pressure they have, like
Oh, yeah.
sharpening skates and stuff like that. Like they know his shit well, but man,
They probably have to hand wash his jock because it's so old, dude. It'll
mean,
get torn apart in the washer.
I don't even know about that. I'm just saying for the other shit, you better not fuck it up, man.
Oh, yeah.
You can't fuck up that blade sharpening.
Oh, yeah. No.
You know what I mean? It's got to be right. But, fast forward 15 years in, right? 32 years old, and he's got in 984 games, still shy of 1,000 games, but we'll talk about that. 1,263 points, 462 goals, 801 assists. He's got the third most points among active players behind Jumbo and Ovechkin. And we'll talk about that in a second. But it's through all that time, 3 Stanley Cups, right? The one in 09, the back-to-back ones in 16 and 17. And with all that, he got some serious other hardware. 2 Art Rosses, 2 Hart trophies, 3 Ted Lindsays, 2 Conn Smythe's playoff MVPs, and then 2 Rocket Richards to boot. With most
pretty
goals.
decorated.
He's known as one of the best playmakers to ever do. He's got 2 trophies for most goals in the season.
Scored 2 one-handed goals, like, in the same season, dude. Just an absolute monster.
Absolute monster. And looking at his international play, aside from any like the IIHF tournaments and things like that, 2 gold medalists with Team Canada in the Olympics, the golden goal from 2010.
Yep.
I remember I was actually at band practice with fucking Ever After, and we were in Brandon's garage, and we had the game on, and fucking we're watching that shit. And I remember seeing it happen live and being crushed, being absolutely crushed.
Quit the band that day. You're just
No.
like, guys, I just don't think I can do it anymore.
Yeah, it was awful. Because they were playing the U.S.
Yeah.
And but that's going to be like, that's one of his crowning achievements.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? What a great way. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know, I can't think of any of them. Like a Jordan Game 6 type moment.
Yeah.
You know?
It sucks that, at least for now, like a lot of these newer guys aren't getting the chance to play for their country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's an awesome experience for, especially a sport like hockey where it's pretty competitive internationally, you know?
Yeah.
So I hope they get back to the Olympics. But definitely,
true.
He's done everything, dude. He's decorated as fuck.
Decorated as fuck.
It's interesting to think because obviously he had the injuries earlier in his career with the concussions and stuff, and he's overcome it, but he missed almost a full season, didn't he? Like
He's
a season and a half.
He's missed half seasons multiple times.
And it's just like, what does
He's
his
only been
career
to like
look
2
like?
All-Star games.
Yeah, just because of
all the
health.
injuries.
Man, it's just crazy to think what would his career look like having those extra.
Well, he'd already
games.
be into 1,000 games.
Definitely.
He'd have more points than Ovechkin. It's the only reason why Ovechkin does have more points currently.
Yeah.
He'd probably be leading among active players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
probably, yeah.
I can't quite remember. Ovechkin's literally only like 12 points ahead or some shit.
Really?
Like,
With-
it's not much. Like,
With way more games or their games.
yeah, I didn't even look at the games, but he has.
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Less. He's been hurt less.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Joe's obviously played more seasons.
Yeah, I mean, guys, fucking.
I don't know what the
75
point
years
difference
old.
is though. It could
Yeah.
be really catchable. Probably would beat it
Oh, I would
if
say
he had
so.
the 20, 30 plus
I would
games.
say
You know.
so.
But I mean, one of the most complete players to do it. One of the best captains. One of the best leaders. One of the best
Yeah.
centers of all time. Yeah.
When everyone hates you, you're doing something right, dude. And everybody hates crybaby Crosby, dude.
I used to hate his guts.
Oh,
and,
for sure.
I mean, he obviously has completely stomped on the hopes of the Capitals in the postseason. Him and the team.
Yeah.
Remember the game where him and Ovechkin back-to-back hat tricks, competing
Yeah.
hat tricks.
Yeah.
They make each other play
Oh,
better.
for
but,
sure.
man, yeah, they've shit on the Capitals in the postseason too many times for my liking.
No, I feel it. And he's also like, he's kind of like Tom Brady. I look at him very similarly where they're always like talking to the ref and all this other stuff. And it's just like, you're good enough not to do it. And I think that's where hate might come from.
Oh, he talks
But
a lot to the ref. He talks a lot of shit.
talks a lot of shit. And
He's
that's
a very competitive guy.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Extremely competitive.
I bet it was a nightmare to be
Some
around,
Kobe type
like,
shit.
and like as a youth, just like the middling kid who's just like he's pretty good at hockey. He's obviously not going pro,
Yeah.
and Crosby's just like beating you up in practice and
shitting on
shit.
you.
Yeah,
It's fucking rough. But big,
walking out there with his grown man legs, looking mad awkward.
big shouts out Sidney Crosby.
Definitely.
Big shouts out episode 87. Bam. 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 Bam.
Oh, Black Betty.
Lamb, lamb.
Hurricanes. Before we get into like some of the depth signing, I think with that brings up the question, like, why haven't they signed Hayden Fleury yet?
I don't know.
What are they waiting for?
They might.
What's the deal?
I don't know. I mean, they're sorting out. You saw it was Forsling. We figured out his signing, and with a lot of those guys besides Fleury, I think what they're looking for is that AHL money boost. Like they were saying, I think Forsling was tendered at like $75K or something when he's in the AHL, and they just wanted to see that number bump up. So maybe we're looking to see like, all right, this guy's going to get taken care of. He's make sure that his NHL salary doesn't bump up, like the cap hit or whatever.
Right.
Do all that and then see what's left over for Fleury. Or, I don't know, probably just contract negotiations, I'd imagine. I don't know. Because I don't think Fleury's at risk of being in the AHL next season.
No.
He's at the very least, our seventh defenseman. I think he should be in the lineup. But I don't know why, honestly. I want it to be over.
I mean, and my point to that is that we're getting other deals done with other depth players.
Yeah, other probably AHL likely guys.
Which isn't an insult to his camp or anything like that, but it just speaks to like the mindset of getting shit done.
Yeah.
And seemingly like where the priorities are. It starts to point to, like you're saying, evidence of there being some sort of contract uncertainty that they can't quite nail out.
But and then I guess on the bright side though, hopefully that since they're comfortable enough to go out and make these other signings, that they're not too worried about Hayden not signing here for whatever.
Because
the
I
deal
guess
ends up
that's the
being.
thing is like he's not going, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't
Right?
think so. Right? I would hope not. I mean,
So that's why we're making these other deals, because we know we can do it later.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Hopefully,
All
fingers crossed. We definitely just jinxed it, and Hayden Fleury's going to be on the Rangers.
So, I mean, that's where you would go.
They're Vegas.
With that in mind, do you see us making, maybe after the Fleury signing, do you see us making any other big moves of any kind?
I don't know.
It would
Honestly,
have to be through a trade.
It would have to be.
I mean, like what? Hoffman's still available.
I think he's a free agent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know who else is still available to sign. But I mean,
Hoffman would be interesting.
not that we need him, not that we would sign him. I'm just saying in terms of the possibility of and the potential hiccups. But we would probably make a trade. We still have some defensemen to move, do we not?
Some defensemen, maybe even a goalie. Nedeljkovic is on that one-way contract this year. I don't know how the organization still feels about him,
We
but
got Forsling.
at one point they were, a fan to give him a potential one-way contract. So
Yep. I mean,
I don't know,
Reimer and
maybe.
Mrazek are still here.
yeah, and isn't Reimer at was he like 4.5 or 5 at cap hit?
They're both between, like 4.5 and 3. They're
I
both
think
of them.
yeah. I think because Mrazek's like 3.5, some
Mrazek's
shit like
like
that.
3.5, and he's like 4, like 4.2 or like 3.75 or some shit.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
it's a problem
It's a big old problem
for
dude.
Nedeljkovic. Anyway,
Yeah, definitely not a clear path.
that's really all it on the Hurricanes, though,
That's
right?
pretty much it, man. Is there anyone you can
Quiet.
think of we'd want?
I don't know.
That's just, I really can't think of it. Besides maybe a goalie, I can't think of us. There's anyone out there that we're like,
Maybe a winger, but if we do, it's got to be moving someone out like a Nino,
Yeah.
type, and then picking up someone who's really worth it. That's
Yeah,
the only
we
thing
need
I can
a-
see, like worthwhile.
a
type,
scoring forward really is, I think, the only thing we'd be.
yeah, and if we're gonna do it, we should do it.
Yeah.
I guess, but
I would
I
say
don't know
so.
who's available in that sense, or who would even take on Nino's contract.
Yeah. And there's so much uncertainty next year with just money in general. I
Yeah.
think knowing what's on the books.
And not that Nino's the guy who has to get traded; it's just a good option.
Yeah.
In terms of like, you're gonna move someone out for someone who costs a little bit of money, is gonna score goals, then that's probably a contract worth moving.
Yeah, especially if it would push Nino down to like third, fourth line duties anyway. Like his
Exactly.
5.5 or
Yeah,
whatever he
right.
is.
hardly, and I've been a hater of him this whole time anyway.
He's kind of seeing what Minnesota was seeing when he was on their team, you know?
For real?
I mean, at least he's still playing like quality NHL minutes, Victor Rask, but
The trade was 1 for 1.
trade was one.
Shouts out Hurricane dude. I haven't done it yet, but man, I'm gonna have to get rid of my season tickets if I haven't said it already.
Yeah.
They're no Winter Classic. Like that was literally the whole point.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm gonna have to do it. So shouts out that refund.
Have you gone ahead and said, yo, send it through?
Kind of scared.
Give me the bag.
I'm scared. I'm lazy.
Scared they're gonna be like, fuck you.
Everybody, you want to do what?
Yeah.
Come down and tell me to my face you don't want these tickets. You're whoa, dude.
I will square up for that coin. Do not worry. Who's the fucking?
You just gotta fight Stormy to
My
get your
ref's name is like
receipts.
Samantha or somebody. Samantha can catch this fade for fucking.
Samantha,
whatever
I'm
the
coming
fuck.
through with the hands.
For real. Fuck that.
You got my
Don't worry
address.
about that.
You got my address in the system
I
slide.
really hope that's Josh fucking with the mic.
Could you hear it coming through?
Oh yeah, I was looking away and I just heard. I was like, what the?
I was fucking with the mic. That's me wringing your neck if I don't get my refund. All right. So, in other news, in other words, the Caps got a new assistant coach.
Yep.
We'll change up.
He was
Bobby Allett said, all right.
he was a guy. He's another guy. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name right now. Dylan, could you look it up real quick with the new assistant coach? But he was a Hurricanes guy back when Laviolette was here.
Okay.
So and
Was he on the Preds bench at some point?
I don't
Okay,
think so.
okay,
But
okay.
he apparently his whole thing like
Okay.
they're gonna
Kevin McCarthy.
I think Kevin
Oh, that's
McCarthy.
a guy.
Yeah,
that's a guy.
But when they announced the signing, people were talking about, and this was like I was too young to hear about it all. But apparently, this dude was throwing like the legendary parties out in I guess like North Raleigh way.
And McCarthy, he's got like Irish in him or something.
Oh, he's got the
Probably
the
from
booze.
Newfoundland.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely, dude. Definitely.
Rough.
But I guess he's real like his whole thing is. Motherfuckers are gonna be in shape. Like if we're not gonna outscore them, we're not gonna be tired.
He was definitely
Damn
on the
it.
Hurricanes team.
Yeah. So it's cool to see
Let's
some
go.
alumni moving out there with Laviolette.
Dude, the Caps are going to be a problem.
For real, dude, I can't wait till Jim Rutherford goes. New GM, dude, it's gonna be sick, dude.
Chill. Chill.
Dude, you guys can get Jack Johnson.
Chill.
Ruin Obi's chance of that record.
Yo, Seattle hired a coach?
Yeah.
Was it head coach?
No. It was I can't remember his name.
Okay.
It was another name.
Look it up.
Will you look it up real quick, Dylan? But yeah, I mean, Seattle putting a team or an organization together. I'm interested. They're still not going to be able to pick from Vegas, right? Isn't that still a thing?
I think so.
And the expansion draft is still happening on schedule,
I think
right?
so.
God, it's gonna
Probably not on schedule, but
Says head coach to be determined. Ron Francis is the GM.
we know that.
There you go. That's what we got.
All
That's
right.
what we got. Well, whoever you are, congratulations on your job. We don't know your name. I'm sure you're listening, though.
You guys dead silent.
For the moment, dude. I just really wanted that. I
okay.
really wanted that to land.
Okay.
I wanted to know we were talking to him. I looked in the camera. It was intimate, dude.
With who?
With Seattle new assistant coach, dude.
BD.
Speaking of intimacy, EA, right? Where is this? They got NHL 94s in the game.
They are no. It's going to be a separate game.
Okay.
They brought in a third party company literally to just port the game over. So they're like, yeah, it's going to be cool. It's literally like there's no online play. Like everything's literally the same. They've updated nothing. They're just like, we're going to cash in on this nostalgia real quick.
It's gonna be like $15.
No, it's EA, dude. They're still going to charge you the full $50. They're going to put ads in. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's
Cool.
like it seems like something that could have just been a part of NHL 21.
It seems like something to no. I'll tell you exactly what it is because I'm hearing you talk about. It. I'm like, I could maybe see myself getting that. It's something to get people who are so sick of the franchise
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy this game. I haven't bought it. You haven't bought it.
I haven't.
This might be something to entice us to at least buy something.
Yeah, but I'm not.
You almost got me.
I would literally
Fool me once, shame on me.
Didn't even get
Fool
close.
me twice.
I was like, it's gonna be like.
Big shouts out Chris. He hit me up on the old cancellation chat talking about, hey, I wanted maybe possibly to do a tournament, which I'm down to help out in any way. I don't have the game.
Oh, it's gonna be on 21.
Wow, how would it not?
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
nor do I.
I don't have the game, so
James does. Hit him up. Don't stop bothering him. He
There you
really
go.
wants to play.
he really wants to
He
play.
really wants to play. But kind of on the same, off the back of that, in Cancellation Cup, it's all tying together. Kane Stats put out a thread
Yeah.
recently on the franchise mode and how, I mean, dude, they haven't even updated prospect stats since like NHL 19. That's 2 games.
Yeah.
And it's like you have a license with the NHL. NHL has a central scouting department. Just like hit them up. Just be like, hey, here's some guys. Like, you don't have to do it for everybody. A lot of those prospects, I mean,
That would be the only reason why I would fucking even play that trash shit is for
a franchise
shit.
mode.
Yeah.
And they haven't done
Fuck you,
anything.
bro.
I mean, it's just like work. I mean, it's cool seeing people hitting the lacrosse move. Everyone's going for it now. Like, that's cool, I guess. But
Yeah.
it's like,
Well,
there's no
what
reason to
that
spend
is, that's something
$60.
that's obviously because it seems pretty difficult, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not like choosing like the one hand tuck thing. So like that's something people are having to work towards skill wise, right? Like think about like all like the unlockable challenges in COD and other games like that, right? Like something you got to grind out. It's probably a bit of a grind to master that muscle memory, do that move, right? So that's something. That is something.
it's something.
But
It's
exactly that's my point.
it's like it's one move with it's yeah.
It's like you come in to someone's birthday and they're cutting the cake and you're like that one person or, you know, taking care of your shit. And you're just like, I'll have that little tiny baby piece. Just give me the baby piece.
Yeah, oh, the lacrosse.
Too much icing. That's too much. Can you shake
I can
off
shit
some of
on
the
kids
icing?
online, dude. You know, that's all one time. I can get my clips. My clips for
And
Twitter.
then you got someone else come in and like, I'll have the plate of just icing. But
and they're like, this is the same icing we had 2 years ago. And you're like, I'll take it. And you eat it happily. And that's what buying games from EA is like.
that's facts. Huge facts. Chris Russell signed to the Oilers.
Or re-sign.
I was about to say, dude, let that man live, dude.
Dude, for real. I mean, the stats guys were like, well, this was a mistake.
I feel like he didn't even want to do it.
He just had no other options.
It's like, hey, people haven't been saying we're a shit team enough, Chris. And that's no shot to him as a player. It's just, man, it's not.
It's interesting.
It's not the move. That's a team that needs defense.
It's kind of like Petrangelo.
Go on.
That's all I got. That's really as far as the comparison can go.
He thought that one through. Wait, Elias Anderson had to sell his car.
Yeah. He had a hit. I think the Swiss League is where he's playing. Had a hit, and they fined him. I forget their currency, but like 80,000
Ruples.
Is it ruples? I don't think it's
Dude, I don't know. Swedish gold. No idea, dude.
They just Swedish fish.
It's not U.S.
They
American
just-
dollars.
just
Swedish fish. Different colors are higher values.
But
Swedish.
yeah,
fish.
it was like 80,000.
He didn't have that cash.
I guess he didn't. He was like, yeah, I had a car, I sold it, had to pay the
They
fine.
told him to fine. He was just like, man, that's a lot of fish, man.
It's a good Swedish. That's a good accent.
It's like a nonchalant professional NHL player. Like,
It's a lot of fish.
I have to go to the candy store.
I had to hit up Amazon and shit. It's getting bulk
Goes
orders.
to BJ's or Sam's Club.
Getting bulk orders of Swedish fish.
What's he paying for those with?
He gets it from America,
He
dude.
gets those
American
from America.
dollars.
That's
dude.
how you. That's why. That's why they're neutral. You get Swedish fish everywhere. But there's like you know like like there's a lot of fishing going on in Sweden. You know what I'm saying? And, but they're over there. They're also like fishing for Swedish fish. They're, like pulling in nets of just Swedish fish.
So fucking
Stupid. It's the stupidest. He had to sell his car.
Yeah, sell his car. It seemed like it was just like his like it's the car he had in high school, and now he's
Gotcha.
it was like sitting at his parents' house. But it was funny.
So then he is that broke.
Maybe.
I mean, that's rough. I'm not
maybe.
making fun of that. That sucks.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
You know what I'm saying? He's a professional athlete. He has to sell his whip, pay a fine.
Was
for a hit.
It was like an old car. Like he has a new car, a new life. This was just like a car sitting in his parents' house. He was like, "Yo, sell that."
Okay, well, I'm reading this as he has to sell his car, so I'm saying. So it sounds like
in my interpretation,
it comes off like he's on hard times. Like I feel like he wouldn't want to sell his car.
Maybe if he kept that metal, he could have sold that for some money.
Let's go. I mean, also it was for a hit too, right? So like, you can't.
It wasn't even that bad though. I watched the hit. Really wasn't even that bad.
It was also a European league, so
nice people.
Dallas signs the Russian kid Garinov or whatever.
Guryanov.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I got you, dude.
Appreciate it, dude. You get him for
If he
about.
was a fighter, I'd know it even better.
Yeah, you would. They get him for 2 years, just over 2.5.
Yeah,
Good for Dallas. Good for
excellent
this
deal.
kid.
Yeah, I mean that kid was killing it in the playoffs. We're saying kid. He's definitely.
It's like a Pittsburgh depth signing. You know what I mean? It's like one of those players you keep around the stars. Who
Yeah.
dominates when the highlights are on.
But even I'm a really big fan of his. Maybe because he lit it up for me in a franchise mode somewhere out there on a hard drive. But yeah, I mean, he's fast. He's big. Has a nasty shot.
Yeah.
He has a disgusting shot. And it's the same deal that Vancouver signs Jake Virtanen for, which just comparing the players, I mean,
I feel like this Guryanov kid's better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
He's
definitely
younger?
high. I'm pretty sure he's younger.
Yeah.
At the least the same age. And just more high octane offense out of him. So definitely excellent signing for Dallas. And maybe they make another push.
Hopefully.
Keeping that core.
Hopefully
intact.
for Tyler Seguin and Jamie Ben's sake.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, that post-game interview of him in the Cup final just will haunt my nightmares.
Yeah, it was.
That's the ultimate look of sadness.
Yeah.
That's like getting rejected for the middle school dance sad.
For real. It's just that, like, you literally gave it your all, and you just have to, like, face the fact that it wasn't
I remember
enough.
there was this girl I asked out for the middle school dance. It was like a 2-week preparation. Mm-hmm. Like mentally, like going over
Oh,
what I
yeah,
was gonna
running through
say.
every scenario
You know what I'm
of
saying?
asking her.
Like letting my lunch go cold, watching her in the lunchroom. Like,
If I can find something she likes.
for real. And then just like all that just to go up at the end of the day, like on a Friday, to be like, yo, you want to go to the dance with me? And her being like, no, and in the same breath, like walking off.
That hurts so much, dude. Just the dismissive no.
Yeah.
And you're just standing there like
Like not walking off, like turning around, like watch you leave, like walk off, like go around me.
she's like, no,
get out of there.
get out of my way.
Yeah.
This has been nothing but an inconvenience.
Like, why did you ever approach me?
That sucks, dude.
It is what it is.
Where's she at now, dude? Expose her.
I couldn't tell you. I honestly don't know.
You still stalk her Facebook, dude. Don't lie.
I don't have a Facebook.
Well, the account that's called Josh Chibo that I run definitely stalks her Facebook. So
That I run. That was clarity for a lot of people. They're like, oh, that makes
this
sense.
makes sense now.
It's just pictures of me and you.
Just selfies. There's always selfies sitting here recording.
But we're just like,
Like, dude, why do you take all these pictures?
or pictures of like me asleep in my bed, and like you taking a selfie of me asleep.
Oh shit.
So yeah, we mentioned this a bit ago. The 2021 Winter Classics postponed. That was going to be here. I got season tickets because that was going to give us priority to get fucking those seats.
And now you got to fight a ticket.
Now I can't. Now I can't do that, and I'm not going to pay for none of it.
Dude, you could just, maybe they'll put the games on the Jumbotron. You can just go sit in your seats and watch the games on the Jumbotron.
You know, like that's what they're probably going to try to do, right?
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Get
They
that
got to
money,
do
dude.
something.
You're going to get that money, dude.
Nah, I'm not taking that shit. So, and obviously with that, the All-Star game is going to get postponed. It is what it is.
Yep.
It is what it is.
We haven't heard, I don't know, or at least I haven't heard anything about the start of the season, really, since they said we're going to try to do it January 1st or whatever.
Well, like, it's just like some of this other shit where, like, we were, like, things were getting announced, and then, like, they were getting announced to happen in, like, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's going to be probably a lot of the same shit where, like, they're going to be like, but where they can prepare. Like, it'll be like, all right, in the next month, you guys can start preparing for the next season. and like that announcement is probably going to come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
It's
then,
just with the whole season coming up, it feels like they wouldn't want to wait till the last
I don't think
minute.
they know how many games it's going to be.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So that's
true.
why I'm saying I don't think the surprise announcement to us will be that big because it's probably only going to be like 60 games.
Yeah.
Which is still a lot of games.
The NBA did
Might be
like
48.
72, right?
Right.
I think the
we still
NBA's
did like 60 something.
Yeah.
Almost
But I'm
80.
saying NBA announced next season. I think they said the next season's going to be 72 games.
I don't see the NHL playing that many.
I don't think so either.
You know, that's a lot of games.
There's definitely a lot of games. I feel like there's just less facilities that can accommodate. I don't know. There's gym. I feel like there's way more gyms around out there than there are.
Where's out there? What do you mean?
Just in like the country, there's more basketball gyms
Oh,
around than there are hockey rinks. You know.
Right. I mean, hey, we just got the weight competition.
Should you come to Raleigh, dude, what if they let you watch the games?
Fuck off.
I think Raleigh Competition
Fuck
Center,
off.
dude, at the weight competition center, dude.
Like literally. Like, fuck you. Like. All right. What else?
Dude, I work for the Hurricanes. I'm just trying to let you keep your tickets.
You're acting like it.
But did y'all see? I don't know the KHL team, but they have a tiger as a mascot, but a tiger on the ice.
I did see that.
Some Russian shit, dude.
That is some Russian shit. I mean, it's like super fucked up.
Super fucked up.
Like it's like you couldn't get away with that here, period. But like, I don't know. They did not watch Tiger King in Russia.
Dude, they probably got that tiger from the other dude at like Myrtle Beach, dude.
Dude, yeah, I just saw recently. I think he just got on some charges.
Really?
But on some like just animal shit.
Yeah,
Boring. You know. I would like the weapon shit. You know what I mean? I want to find out that guy's fucking like in on some shit.
Oh, he's like using these tigers to wage battle, like
Bro, I'm just telling you, like that guy is in on some shit.
Oh, I'm for sure. That was one of the creepiest.
That guy is
craziest.
Yeah.
Sociopath. Like
how do they get the tiger off the ice?
Whenever it wants to get off the ice, I suppose.
They like get him out there, like they throw a fish and chases it out there, and then they're like, "All right, we'll start this game whenever that tiger gets bored."
Maybe keep the tiger, add another element to the game. I don't know. No way the tiger enjoyed being out on the ice, dude. I just feel like that's mad cold on your paws.
Well, we're talking about an animal that does not live around ice. Now, there are Arctic tigers.
There are. This was not one of them.
This one was not one of those. Now
he was orange.
But this tiger probably grew up in Russia.
It probably grew up in a cage.
Well, grew up in Russia, like on a leash.
Cage in Russia.
It was in a cage, but I'm saying like this thing. I'm saying this tiger, though it has undoubtedly been mistreated, it's probably had to walk on ice before.
Probably. I mean,
so this tiger is not unfamiliar.
You're right.
That type of tiger she had nobody nowhere for ice.
No business.
But that tiger,
very lost.
Because it's the same thing. Literally, at the beginning of Tiger King. Remember when the guy who's doing the thing about turtles, and this one redneck was like, "I got a tiger," and he had like an Arctic tiger.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Well, how the fuck?" He was like, "We're in fucking Florida." He goes, "Well, this one's from here."
No, he was born here.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying.
It's the same shit.
I get what you're saying.
Like that tiger can probably like cut a hole for fishing in the ice, like
a cartoon,
with its claw, like, shing,
like fucking.
and then grab a fish. Yeah, fish stick.
Some Kung Fu Panda shit, dude.
Yeah. So, what's going on, dude?
Dude, have y'all seen, or have you seen? There was apparently a little steam behind a Taves and Line trade. Obviously, I'm sure there'd be other pieces involved. I mean, definitely not going to happen, right? I mean, Chicago fans. Speaking on that, did you see the letter that Stan Bowman put out?
Yep.
What were your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's about time. Admit you're in a rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Do you
The
think
past couple playoff pushes have been like these like charades of like, no, we can do it, but you can't.
Do you think it's only in response? Do you think this only comes out because of the Taves interview that came out?
Yes and no. I mean, yes and no. You gotta, yeah.
Probably.
Most likely.
Like they probably had an idea of doing something like that, but then
Yeah, and then that was like, okay, let's go.
addressed-
Remember that draft we had of the fucking letter because of this thing? Let's put that out.
yeah,
That's probably what happened.
directly address the Crawford thing. I think putting the letter out ahead of the Crawford situation kind of massages the entire situation out a bit. You know what I mean? But I mean, I've never been a owner of an NHL team, so I'm sure there's a lot of shit that goes into
a
it.
lot, so I feel pretty qualified to talk about it personally.
And that is an in-depth experience. It's as close to real life as
A lot of
you
hours.
can
Like, what do you want?
get. I do it 8 to 5.
Yeah.
5 to 8.
I mean, winning is winning. Like,
Yeah. Do you think anyone from that Blackhawks core could get traded?
I mean,
When I say the
potentially-
core, Taves, Kane,
yeah,
Seabrook,
we
Keith.
didn't. I don't think. I guess really, I don't think Kane or Taves are that touchable.
Yeah. I think Seabrook might be able to just because of the contract.
Yeah, they'd have to do some serious retention.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I could see him get moved.
Keith will
but-
probably retire before any of that.
Yeah, Keith. Yeah.
And they trade Sod again, so
Yeah,
he's gone.
Yeah. But out of the group, I think Kane's most untouchable.
I would agree.
know?
I would agree.
I feel like Chicago
player.
fans have had a lot of problems with Taves' play as of late, the last couple seasons. No shots at him. I see that. So
$10 million player.
yeah,
You know,
rough,
you expect a lot more out of that.
very rough.
Just wild, man. Wild. What else?
What we got? Do Call of Duty Cold War.
Yep.
Talk about some shit. People have been digging through game files and stuff and have found they're going to have loot boxes, or the supply drops are what they were called in like previous Black Ops games, which is that kind of similar to how NHL has the hockey bags, where you just get a random assortment of aesthetic things, most of which you're absolutely never going to use, and everyone's looking for like generally the same cool stuff. And people had a lot of problems with it in previous games because in Call of Duty's history, they've hidden really good guns inside of loot boxes that you had to buy outside of just, you can earn them in-game doing stuff.
But you're more likely to get them if you buy them.
Yeah, and people have had a lot of problems with that in the past because it's like, at that point, it's literally like, this gun is objectively better than the other guns.
I was a
can't beat it.
huge fan of the store in this version of Modern Warfare.
Me too.
Because there's there's guns that you could buy, like some attachments had advantages, but there was an attachment that you couldn't grind in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
And like buying guns was mostly just for the skin.
Yeah, just it's
Really at the end of the day.
purely aesthetic.
There was no pay to win.
At all.
Really at all. There was some some attachments,
you
some
could get 'em
guns, a
quicker.
couple blueprints, a little quicker.
Yeah, like,
But not too much.
yeah, it wasn't bad at
There's
all.
some games that are pay to win where you could still grind to those levels, but the pay advantage was like way too much.
Yeah,
Way
and
too
like in
much.
old Call of Duties, it was literally like you had to get it out of a loot box, and you're either going to grind away
Right.
for this like 0.02% chance that you're going to get it once the like one loot box you could earn a day or whatever, and then other people would just buy 100 of them, open. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And I watched a Scump video, dude. Where there's hackers have already hit up Cold War, dude.
I've seen that.
That dude was hard. I mean,
I was thinking about this the other day, man.
quick locking, full 360s.
I'm grinding some RuneScape lately, right? Just for the vibes and some not having to sweat on the game.
A little more
shit.
laid back.
Way more laid back. No hackers in that.
No hackers.
That's an internet game.
Are there, or is it just like you like? Are they just
There probably are a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
just
But,
to
like,
get shit? Just to get cool shit.
Yeah, but maybe it's just not hyped up, right? It's just like anything else, right? It's just whatever the focus is on. Everything's going on.
Yeah.
Just whatever we're paying attention to is what's the thing. But like, I don't know. Call of Duty sucks.
Kind of. Dude,
You get what I'm saying.
Cold War is like way up against it, dude. Like with the success of Modern Warfare, and obviously Warzone, like they're gonna have to be real careful not to fuck that up. You know what I mean? When it gets handed
Right.
over, they're
I don't have a lot of faith right now.
I don't need like I don't plan on buying. I haven't pre-ordered it. I don't really plan on buying it when it first comes out. I'm gonna kind of wait to see, what the feeling is.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, just.
I haven't pre-ordered it yet either.
But dude, speaking of Call of Duty, have you unlocked any of the Halloween trick or treat things?
I've gotten some shit.
Some of them.
Nothing.
Dude, we should drop in and get that gun, bro.
We gotta get all of it.
I'm 12 to 16, bro.
Yeah, I got
I've been
like.
dropping in solos. I've been dropping in solos, hot dropping spots, getting the loot, quitting the
like
game,
Jordan,
dude.
dude. You're like Jordan. I feel that. I hard feel that. I've just been grinding some other shit. I was playing with James and Jeremy earlier to get my blue dot.
Some multiplayer.
Yeah, but like I had no games in on it. On the challenges. Once I saw the challenge, I was like, "Fuck this!"
Yeah.
And I haven't played a lot since then. At least multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then I got on there this morning with them, dude, and we were in some fucking absolute bot lobbies.
Just wrecking people.
Dude, we were playing hardpoint on Rust, and I probably was able to rotate the 3 kill. 3 kills without down. I was able to probably rotate that like 4 or 5 times.
Nice, dude.
Like,
Because it's not in a game, like you can hit it multiple times
yeah,
again.
you can stack it. Yeah,
Word.
yeah.
Because I'm on those challenges now.
Yeah, I think I'm only at like 20 or something. So I still got like 110, 130 to go.
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
Super sick, dude.
Dude, Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
This Friday.
Dude. I'm so hyped. How did it, I don't know if we want to do a spoilers alert here or whatever, but what was like the final shit of last season?
The last shit was
Let me go back and watch.
The general dude had the my lore right now is in check here. He had the Darksaber. Darksaber. That's from the Clone Wars shit. You don't know nothing about that. And he was out there doing his thing. His ship crashed, and then he came out there. That's how they revealed him having the Darksaber. How he got the Darksaber, I have no idea. And then the baby and Mando dipped with Homegirl, I think, too.
It's going to be so sick. Dude, I'm so hyped.
I think Carl Weathers is still around, I think he's chilling with him, too.
I don't remember.
We
We got to rewatch.
You got to rewatch for sure.
have to
Are they going to drop the whole season? Do you guys know? Or is it going to be like a weekly
They
installment
did it weekly
thing?
last time.
Yeah, it was weekly.
It was
It'll be
weekly last time?
It'll be weekly.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, fuck, it was only like 8 episodes.
Yeah,
Can't people
I'm
finish
saying.
it in one day. It would be ridiculous. It'll be weekly. My dad will.
Looking forward to it.
Super looking forward to it. Big fan of the Star Wars
fan.
franchise. Big fan of Mandalorian. Big fan of John Favreau and everything he's been doing.
Absolutely.
Star
Speaking
Wars
of
and Marvel.
being a big fan, dude. Josh, big fan of this guy. Kanye West.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with the other guy. Dude, I watched the first 45 seconds of this. We're talking about the Kanye West Joe Rogan interview.
I still haven't been
It's
able to go
the
to
first interview I've watched of Joe Rogan in a long time, and I was just and I didn't even know, right? I just saw the thumbnail, and I guess it was like the day before it came out, and I was like, well, I gotta try to watch this. Like, when does this ever happen? I think the last Kanye thing I watched at all was the one with Charlemagne a while back.
Yeah.
Which was actually a really good interview. But I watched it for the first like 45 seconds, and he's like, and Rogan's immediately awkward as fuck. He's like, so you're running for president? Like, what's going on? and Kanye's like, yeah. And he's like, well, how'd that come about? He's like, well, he goes, I had just like this moment in 2014 where like I had all this overwhelming joy, like uncontrollable laughter, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, all right, I gotta go.
I gotta get
You're
out of here.
already not saying anything, man.
It's weird because I saw, obviously, I haven't listened to it, saw it happen, but I haven't seen like Twitter hasn't even like.
Because no one wants to see this.
How
dude.
long was it? Do you remember what the
Probably like over an hour,
over an hour?
maybe 45 minutes. I honestly couldn't tell you, dude.
Yeah, it's.
He didn't
I'm
look
like,
happy
I'm
to
gonna
be
listen
there
to
either.
it. I'm gonna listen to it just so we can talk about it here. But I don't know. It's just one of those like, it's one of those interviews with Joe where it's like, I just don't think he really knows enough about Kanye. You know what I mean?
Right.
To,
Musically,
like-
not at all.
Well, he only kind of knows him as like when he shows up in the media.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know, like you're saying with the Charlemagne thing. Like Charlemagne kind of has a history with him.
A huge.
knows
Yeah.
a lot about Kanye. You can skip a lot of the bullshit filler. So yeah, like it's cool
Yeah.
that he's on there. Don't have much expectation.
I think it was more of a thing where probably Kanye's he's probably obviously doing some sort of publicity
Yeah,
and wanted to put Rogan in that rotation.
definitely. And they've talked about it before, and
Right.
it fell through. Like I was kind of surprised it even happened. It's just one of those things I figured Kanye would just talk about. And then,
Another surprise. Because I don't get this at all. I need this explained to me. First of all, what is Antonio Brown doing back in the NFL?
he was suspended the first 8 games.
Yeah, but what's he doing back? Like, why is anyone picking him up?
Why?
Yeah.
Because he's
One of the greatest receivers ever.
He's just apparently a locker room problem.
Dude, he's a fucking joke.
He's
He's an asshole.
He is an asshole, but he had one game with Tom Brady and the Patriots at the end of last season, and now the Buccaneers are like, dude, we're gonna bring someone else back. We brought Gronk back from retirement. Let's bring AB back.
Toxic.
Yeah,
He's already He's from Florida. He's from like the Miami area. I'm pretty
He
sure.
is, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure.
You're right.
Like he's already home.
Southern kid.
Man. I mean, shouts out his bank.
Oh, for sure.
But there's more deserving people.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just a piece of shit.
He is. Yeah. It's. I mean, and obviously we don't
He's like
know
the
him
Mayweather.
personally.
Yeah,
but
it's just the shit you see.
Yeah.
He's kind of he kind of comes off like the Mayweather of the NFL.
yeah. Bit of an
Mayweather's
asshole.
like Floyd Mayweather's a piece of shit. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Unquestioned.
not saying he's not a good dad. Not saying he's not a good fucking person at his core.
Mm-hmm.
Guy comes off like a piece of shit.
Speaking from the heart. No, definitely.
I'm a piece of shit.
You're not getting signed to the Buccaneers.
That's what I'm saying.
You could be. Reach out. Do you know Tom?
I don't know Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Start with Tom.
Maybe if I kissed him on the mouth, he would sign me.
Pose as his son, dude.
That's what I'm saying. He'll get me in there. Anyway, is that
They were gonna end on mouth kissing Tom Brady, dude.
as his son?
As his son.
Yeah, Jacob,
What's up, dude?
where can they get us for the mouth kisses, dude?
Dude, you come kiss us on the mouth at Talkin Sauce Pod. No underscore. Respect the underscore. If you're listening, please check out our YouTube.
Do it
Talkin Sauce. We're putting up the scrum every Wednesday.
every Wednesday.
YouTube only, video,
Only.
all that shit. We got video for this. It's way better when you can see us. We're pretty people. You can hit me up at jcobb, JAY_COBBB. Josh?
You give me a T, CAB.
Dylan.
I'm ready to do teabags. You must go.